MMA Oddsbreaker, Frank Trigg, of course, has Daron Cruickshank getting ready to fight Erik Koch coming up here pretty quick on UFC Fight Night on May 10th in Cincinnati, Ohio, of all places. Are you ready to travel to Cincinnati from Detroit? Is that something you've been looking to
Yeah.
do for a long time?
4 hour drive, not bad. I'll be driving. I have like a ton of people going to watch. So I'm pretty excited to, fight close to home and just like Chicago, have a great support system.
I was just gonna say, pretty much a hometown. Like Cincinnati, you is basically hometown. It's not that
Yeah.
bad. So when you say a lot of people, I don't know if you believe it or not. Do you think the hometown advantage will help you or hurt you against Erik?
Um, I don't think it really has that much effect. I mean, it's not a different country, anything like that. We're still both Americans. We're fighting in, the U.S. So, I don't think the home field advantage is going to play, a big role. Um, but I just like having all my friends and family there to support me. So,
They're you're 5'8", 155. How tough is it for you to make weight? Is it an easy task or is it a hard task?
I cut between 17 and 20 pounds of water. Um, so I'm like walking around about 76, 77 right now. I'm gonna try to get, if I can get close to 70 before I start cutting my water weight and stuff like that, that's awesome.
Well, you're in a position where, like you said, you're gonna be the hometown hero. That means all your friends, all your family, everyone's gonna be around you. Does that kind of pull on you a little bit, especially when you're trying to cut weight? You just show up to the hotel on Tuesday. You have all the autograph signings, all the poster signings you have to do when you check into the UFC. Got to meet up with Bert. Got everything you got to do, when you first get in there. And then all of a sudden now you got one more workout and a hard weight cut. Does that, having that many friends and family right there by you, especially in Cincinnati when you get ready to fight, kind of pull you away from and kind of wear on you a little bit more because you're out trying to cut weight those last crucial hours?
I know what you're saying as far as, having people there and kind of having to, accommodate everybody because, I mean, I don't want to miss out on shaking anybody's hand or saying hi to anybody
Right.
because they're there to support me. But I feel like, all my friends and family know what I'm going through. It's not my first rodeo, and they know to leave me alone until after weigh-in. So yeah, I don't feel like it makes it any tougher.
Right. Okay. And that's one of the things I was trying to get around it without sounding too much of an a-hole. It's
Right,
like,
right,
hey, is your mom going to drive you nuts when she's there? It's like, is your sister going
right,
to drive you crazy? Is your girlfriend going to be trying to grab you in 14 different directions? I need to go shopping. And a lot of fighters don't understand. They don't have that support system. One, that the support system understands. I'm cutting weight. This is my job. You're here to support me, but this is my job. You got to let me work. The other part of it is that the fighter just doesn't get it. He's just like, oh, I got to help everybody out and be there for everybody. But if you don't win on Saturday night, it's all kind of
right,
useless.
right. Yeah, I gotta go to work before I can play. So the after party and stuff like that will be sweet because everybody will be there. And before that, everybody knows to leave me alone and don't even talk to me.
Are you having an after party in Cincinnati? Are you gonna have an official after
I
party?
don't have anything set up, but I'm pretty sure my manager should have something going, and I haven't had one yet, so I think it'll be pretty sweet because I'm fighting on the main card and climbing the ladder. So
And this fight with Erik is going to be an outstanding brawl of a fight. Now I have an opinion of it already, but give me
okay.
your opinion of Erik. Like, how do you see him? I know you're prepping for him. You're watching video. What do you think he's going to try to do when he comes inside that octagon?
Well, just like I mean, everybody, once I hit them and they feel what it feels like to get hit by me, they become a different person. So I feel, once I let him know what one of my kicks feels like, he's gonna get a little weary, and I feel like he'll keep changing sides and stuff like that because from what I've heard or what I know, he's right-handed, but he fights a lot southpaw. Um, so I have to deal with keep switching things like that, but I feel comfortable with that. I switch quite a bit. I do more in practice than in a fight, but I feel comfortable both ways.
And that's the thing I see about Erik is that he's a true right-hander, but he boxes a lot of times like an amateur boxer. And amateur boxers tend to keep their powerful hand in front because the scoring system. It's not about knocking a guy out when you're doing amateur boxing. You kind of you have to score as many points as you can, and that's kind of how he fights. So when he's left-handed, he's really looking to jab you and hook you, with that right hand. When he's standing right-handed, he's looking to put a straight right down the center and knock you out. So it's like he's either going to knock you out with the hook or he's going to knock you out with that straight right, but it's all from the right side. Do you feel like you still have to worry about his left hand, no matter what it is? Do you think there's enough power in his left hand that you really have to guard it and watch out for it?
I feel at this level, he should have power in everything. I don't want to get hit with anything. I don't like getting hit, and if I do get hit, I'm gonna hit you back a lot more. It's always taught better to give than receive. So hopefully, I am not taking that much, and I'm giving it way more.
All right, last question before we get out of here. It's basically, what are we at? 10 days or so, or thereabouts, if we have to make weight. What's the last week of training camp for you before you leave to go to get ready and check into the hotel before you get in that 4-hour drive? What's it like the last week? Are you toning it down? Are you trying to break it down a little bit and back off and more about, let's worry about the actual techniques and just like high repetition, but kind of lower intensity? Or you're a guy that goes and bangs every day and tries to go out there and crush your training partners?
For me, this is the hardest week of the camp. The 2 weeks before, that's everything 2 weeks out is what affects you that fight night. So this week I will be hitting it harder than I ever have. I won't be in the gym as long, but it's going to be more intense. The farther I'm out, the longer the sessions are, but the less intensity. And then the closer, more intense, less time in the gym. And I'll be really working on weight management, things like that. Because I'm not gonna learn any new tricks this close to the fight. Whatever I've got, and I have to rely on it. So there's nothing new being put in my game. It's all set in stone already.
Daron, thanks for taking on here and spending a couple minutes with us here with MMA Oddsbreaker. I appreciate it. Have fun on May 10th. It's gonna be a great night of fights, and I'm really happy to have you on the main card. And I really do think this fight's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be back and forth. It's not gonna be easy for either one of you, especially since your records are. Yours is 14-4. His is 14-3. You're evenly matched up. This is actually for me the fight to watch on that card.
Thanks, Trent. Thanks, Frank.
You got it,
have me on anytime, man. This is I always have a pleasure talking to you.
I love having you on.
You're a legend in your own time, and I grew up watching you, so I'm pretty excited about all the interviews.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that, bud. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Have a good one.